Today I have a very good news for the entrepreneurs and also for all the women out there who seek knowledge, who seek solutions to their problems. I have a superwoman on my channel today who is an international speaker, mentor and thought leader with an experience of 23 years. So today we have Raina Khatri Tandon, CEO of Right to Write and RKT Foundation. She's a posh specialist and human rights expert from Harvard EDX, Thrive Global 100 Mentors, Certified Human Rights and Child Rights and Safety Practices, EDX Harvard USA, UN REX Karamveer Global Fellowship Awardee 2019-20. She's also a part of the World Women's Summit 2020 Global Ambassador for Sustainable UN Goals for Gender Equality, Inclusiveness and UN Chartered Human Rights. She is a multitasker, a believer and a go-getter. So with that, let's head on to the interview with Miss Raina right away. So hi Raina, how are you?
I'm good, Priya. So looking forward to talking with you. It's such a pleasure moment here to be along your side and to do this wonderful interview, sharing my little tidbits, my tidbites, so that we could add value to your viewers.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And a very, very warm welcome on my channel. And we have you from your busy schedule. And my first question to you would be, that you're a founder of a company, you've won different awards, Karamveer Award, right? And you're an international speaker. And I just saw that you are having, skills in various languages like Hindi, English, and Sindhi, and Tamil, and Finnish, and French. So you're such a busy woman. So how your journey has been and how do you manage so much in a day?
Right. So I'll put it in a very simplistic way. When we say a lady is trying to ceilings and she's an entrepreneur to juggle many roles, we do see her like an iron lady. We do see her like a lady of courage. We do see, even today, we see Rani Lakshmi Bai, or we see Indira Gandhi, or people who are our idols. And to being people who are multitasking, but that doesn't mean that, they're doing all of it on the same day. If I have to say I'm an entrepreneur, I am a person running two companies, a foundation. I'm looking at also the Wiki presidentship. I'm also looking at CSI, WMME as a presidentship and many other roles like a mother, daughter, a sister, a daughter-in-law and many more. We don't say that we are spending the time with these relationships every day. Okay, you can't be playing a role of a daughter-in-law. Yes, you are, but you don't go and meet that relation every day. Okay, at the same time, if I am spending time at my company, I would not be spending time handling cases. So every day is basically assigned a scheduled plan based on the activities that are prone on that day. So let me tell you, ladies and all ladies and every viewer who's there, you are going to be a multitasker. You are going to be a person trying to balance your life, but stop beating around the bush and saying, oh, I am a Superman or a Superwoman. You can only do one thing, and it's best to focus on that product niche at that time and complete it even more. So yes, my days are planned Monday to Friday. There are certain days I give into the social work, and there are certain ways we sit down on the foundation and the other skill work. Yeah.
So basically you're saying that planning is the thing for you for multitasking.
Absolutely. Every day, night, before you sleep, there are two things. Journaling down what was good, bad, and could have been better over your day, and being grateful for everything that came to your life, including the people who made you smile and the goodness that you spent by. And the second thing is a plan of what you would be doing the very next morning. I'm sure in pandemic, we have ups and downs. So we may or may not tick off everything what we have suggested for the day. Because a lot of entrepreneurs come back to me, and when we set their journeys, or when we are their plan of how they need to be more successful, they come back and say, ma'am, we do make a plan, but we're not very disciplined at it. And I say,
Right.
it's okay not to be okay. It's okay
Mm-hmm.
to be vulnerable to your situations, that, there
Mm-hmm.
could be some ups and downs that come your way.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace them and smile by that you were able to complete at least some of them and not all.
Mm-hmm.
And rework maybe a strategy of what can be done, increase the number of goals in a day. For example, I'm setting a goal of, say, 8 things. That includes spending time with family, that includes cooking a meal, that includes spending time with my meetings, or even conducting a training on a compliance or a coaching or something. If I
Right.
haven't completed all 8 things in a day and I've completed only, say, 3, I will be so much in a fits of a moment that, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Out of 8, I've
Yeah.
completed only 3. But on the next day, if you can plan to complete instead of 3, at least a 4 or a 5, I'm sure you'll feel better. And you should give yourself a pat on the back and say, wow, that's great. I think you were able to make it one more step ahead. And I'm sure there'll
Right.
be a day when you complete all your tasks on the day. That's
Right. I
that's just
think
a way of pushing you to get to your
absolutely.
maximization.
And I think this is what we miss. We don't give ourselves appreciation, enough appreciation. And that is the reason we feel demotivated and then we procrastinate things because we are not giving ourselves, as you said, a pat on our back. And then other things fall apart. So, absolutely, that was a brilliant
Very beautifully said, Priya.
advice.
that is
Brilliant
that
advice
is
from you.
the king. That is the
Yes,
king.
yes,
People seek appreciations from everybody outside,
correct.
and nowadays not personal appreciation, but maybe everything in form of likes, ticks, notes, comments
Absolutely.
that we see on social media.
Yes, yes.
But the sense of belonging is missing out. So a
Right.
sense of being there, a sense of physical touch, a sense of
That's
belonging,
right.
that's all very important, and that cannot
Absolutely.
give way to what social media is.
Absolutely. I would second that completely. So, yes, the new normal has changed in the pandemic, especially for the corporate world where everyone is working from home. So, what do you suggest how to deal with this new normal?
Okay, so for me, new normal has maybe not been so very different to the old normal, maybe because
Mm-hmm.
the business has always been a hybrid model for me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of systems that I have incorporated for a period of more than 3 years now, since it's
Mm-hmm.
not been more than 3 years that Right to Rise has been incorporated. Right to Rise is my first private limited company, and
Right.
ISO certified India's first into POSH, POXO, human rights and stress.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since that has started, we've always seen of how we can sustain our clients both online and offline. So we worked on
Mm-hmm.
a hybrid model already
Mm-hmm.
before the pandemic hit us. So it didn't make us feel any different. The only
Mm-hmm.
difference that came is that since the whole world was transitioning so fast, suddenly we
Right.
found a lot of pressure gripping us because
Mm-hmm.
otherwise we are very smoothly transitioning by. Okay,
Right.
now that everybody is in that space of social media, online systems, online
Yes.
methodologies,
Yes.
trying to equip themselves into the new world, changing their entire website, getting all their systems and services so that the clients can hit on you at the right time. It felt
Right.
like as if you're sitting on that roadside of New York City where you are on that standstill and there is everything moving around on the crossroads.
Right.
Okay, it seems
Right.
like that actually. But a little tip for everybody who's an entrepreneur out there: if you're starting new on a system, a methodology, trying to change and equip the world, don't try to rush to something that you see outside, because that will
Mm-hmm.
create too much of overwhelming inside you, and that will
Right.
not allow you to start. It is
Mm-hmm.
very important to stop thinking about what or where everybody else is and start focusing on where am I,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
probably develop knowledge, skills, competency, and market analysis.
Okay.
If you have the knowledge for what you really want to work on, for example, I'm a coach, so you need to have the coaching skills, you need to develop that. If you don't have that, start working on that, because you have
Right.
enough time now. If you're a writer and you've never, and you really dream of writing a book, then I think you should be hitting some kind of a workshop, or maybe a writer's camp, or somebody who is a very acclaimed writer, ghost writer or something like that, who can help you develop the writer in you. Start attending that, develop your skills, sit down with everything shut off, work on your stuff. Once you have the competency, you have the knowledge, and you are making yourself equipped to this new pandemic, you will develop the KSA, the knowledge, skill, competency, and the rest is trying to understand the market. Okay, because if you don't understand your client needs, you will somewhere uh, drop down between their need analysis and what you want to give out. You might be the best in the market, but if your client doesn't need that at that time, it's not going to help you, and you will end up reducing your prices, selling out your stuff at a very low price, which will make you feel very, very sulky. Okay, and I don't want you to feel that, because your price and your quality and your product that you develop is going to be out of your own self dreams. Okay, and whatever you built, even if a palace is built one brick at a time, only the person who's the mason will know what is the emotions that go into it, what is the knowledge that has gone into it. Again, if you don't know, either you learn it or you outsource. There can be only two things.
So basically you're saying, rather than being overwhelmed at this particular situation, especially for entrepreneurs, they should polish their skill and hit the iron at the right time when the pandemic is a little, dispersed.
A little bit.
The same, like from that, I would just say that you're saying everyone has a right to rise and everyone wants to rise, of course. But you suggest to all the entrepreneurs out there or the ones who are starting their business or even in the business, how to handle failure?
Okay, so failure. What is failure to you? I think failure to me is like you try something, you're not successful in it, and you get some emotions that start talking you, giving you self-talk that you're not good for it, you're not able to cope with the skills, you start over exaggerating on it, you start getting irrational beliefs, irrational faith inside yourself that you're not going to hit it ever. Okay, so it's a kind of inbuilt thing which doesn't allow you to move ahead. And every time you fail, what you only know is there is a little more talk that goes on repeating the same thing that you have been telling.
Absolutely.
Now, if the repetitive talk or the self-talk or the emotion flow can be cut off at that very moment, okay, then it helps easier. For example, if you tell a small child, don't do that. If you do that, you'll fall. If you do that, you'll get hit. If you do that, you'll get headache. If you do that, this will happen. Does he ever listen? He doesn't listen because he's very, very clear in his point of contact that he really wants to do it. Okay, he's not really worried about what you think. He's not worried about the whole world. He's not worried about what Ma and Pa is telling. He's not worried about the outcomes. He's just focused on the action. I am going to get up from here and I'm going to try to walk one more time, even though they tell me I'm going to get hit. I have never walked in my life, but I still want to go and get that ice cream or get that chocolate which Mama has kept far away, even though I can't walk. So there are two things that you need to focus on. I'm not looking at how am I going to do it. I'm just doing it because I need to reach that point. So every time I hit a failure, I will say, what is that is there in my control? Not my thoughts, not my feeling, not my self-talk. What do I really want in life? Success. What do I really want in life? A successful podcast. What do I really want in life? People knowing me through the YouTube. What do I really want? Wanting to listen to me. Not about likes, not how is it going to be. Now, how do I look on the screen? Am I looking stupid? Am I looking crazy? Who are the people who would like me? How many people would hate me? What am I going to talk? Just go with it. How does it matter? Every day, first day for somebody, right? The only thing you have to do is think in your mind, okay, someday I'm going to be successful.
Right.
It's all talk. It's nothing but talk. If you can
Right.
either break that talk or you stop that talk, go for a water, go for a gym, go for a jog, run
Right.
down somewhere, listen to the music. I don't know what helps you, because if I'm going to say one thing that may or may not help you, it's not a one fit for all. It's different for different people. It could be
Right.
just sitting on with a coffee mug for me, but for somebody
Right.
else, it could be really running fast or jogging fast or hitting the Zumba, because that energy allows you or your mind to settle away from that thought and bring you
Right.
back in the more positive way. So
Right.
it work on what can be that little move away trigger point.
Right.
Whenever that idea hits you, do something that moves you away from that trigger point and allows you to take that action again. And
Right.
believe me, we've seen umpteen number of stories, Priya. We've
Right.
seen Alibaba, we've seen Muhammad Ali, we've seen all the top Indian people as well. They have failed more than 10, 12, 15 times, and
Absolutely.
they are all over the pages of our Google. Okay, they keep telling you, try till you don't fail again. That's the
Try
most
again.
simplest
Yeah.
statement we've seen. Okay, and we
Right.
tell the same thing to our children. Come down to your foundation. Let's
Right.
not talk jargons. Let's talk simplicity.
Right.
Try till you reach to the top.
Right.
And
Right.
it will happen. Yeah.
So basically, Raina, you are saying to remove fear, we need to stop that destructive self-talk we are doing. And we can do that by distracting ourselves and then coming back to the action on our goals, right?
छोटे बच्चे को भी जब हमको खाना खिलाना है, दाल चावल नहीं चाहिए, तो क्या बोलते हैं वो? No, I don't want to really eat. So what do we say? We do a story. We take them out to
Right.
the balcony. We probably show them some TV. We show them cartoons. We get them into a conversation. We start playing
Right.
play therapy, art therapy, music therapy.
Right. And then
What do?
we'll
We
feed.
just distract.
Right.
We just
Absolutely.
distract. Our mind is a child,
Like a child. Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely a child. It just has another child who's
Hmm.
negative chit chattering, or there's
Hmm.
another one which is talking, which is completely covered
Hmm.
by this negative talk person. So it doesn't overrule it or it doesn't
Hmm.
underestimate it. It's got overridden by this negative talk. And that's for
Right.
everybody.
Absolutely.
That's for
We all forget that we are still child from inside. We just don't want to say it aloud, and we don't take care of our brains. We don't take care of ourselves. The love which this child wants, needs, and the care it needs, and he or she needs. So we don't give that love and care, and that's how I think all these things happen, because when we are kids, so our parents give us that love. Now it's our responsibility to give us love, because at that point of time we're not able to, we're not in that condition to give ourselves, because we are always busy in action playing something. But now, it's our
so
responsibility. Very
they
beautifully put up,
say you
Rana.
were
This.
born to be real and not to be perfect. But we have forgotten
Yes.
that self-love quote. You were born
Right.
to be real and not perfect, because you can never beat perfection,
Absolutely.
right?
But I also believe that, everyone is perfect in their own ways. There's no definition of perfect. So
Absolutely spot on. That's so beautiful. I mean, it never came to my mind, but seriously, all of us are being blessed with such unique talents. Okay, there
yeah,
could be
and
so much
how
beauty.
can how can we compare one person with the other when the DNA is also not the same? So it's just one person that's perfect. And I think we should see the best version of ourselves in our lives someday, or maybe keep
Yeah.
progressing towards that best version. This is what I believe, and this is what I also train, even the clients which I am training. Yes. So how to increase productivity and reduce procrastination at present, especially again that we're working from home.
When we're talking about procrastination is something that you're unable to do and you're pushing off, right?
Right.
So you're
Absolutely.
kind of delaying and you're trying of pushing off because
Right.
there's some uncertainty of you not able to complete some task or delaying something or postponing something.
Right.
So that is happening for the only reason that you've not set a particular schedule to do certain things, and there's lack of structure. Now, for
Right.
example, what I was trying to say is that you might not want to post something, you might not want to write a blog, you might not want to make a YouTube video every day. You plan to do it maybe once in a week. That's
Right.
not probably good enough at a particular time of your life where people are really looking up for your blog or your write-up or your talk, because by then they already know that Rana Khatri Tandon or Priya Saini are basically brands. They
Right.
are looking for your food for thought every day. So it's
Right.
not about what you like at that moment. It's about just being there in the form of a thought, in the form of a meaningful miracle, in the form of a speak. Even if it's 1 minute talk, even if it's 5 minutes talk, even if it's a podcast, even if it's a Spotify, anything that is reaching out to the soul for the people, because you are providing solutions for somebody.
Right.
I'm saying set up a clear schedule of whatever you are procrastinating and get that structure well. Break that thing, that big mountain that you think is uncertainty, to small little taskable things. And that's the end of procrastination.
Right.
Same is, for example, I'll give you a more relevant example of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs say, we need clients, we need clients, we need clients. Clients are not going to hit you till you don't reach them.
Right.
Systematically, if you keep certain part of your time where you're going to reach out this many clients, 100% you will have business coming. But do we spend that time? We spend time on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, only connecting with people or maybe chatting or maybe looking at people's work. Are we taking the time to add value on their post? Are we reading each and every of their post? Are we going and giving them solutions on their post? All those require some time, and it's going to take a lot of your time, but you need to consciously do it. That will give your clients. Bang on. You come back to me and you'll tell me, Rana, what you said was absolutely true. I got probably 3 clients in a week. Because then they know what is all Priya about. They know what is Rana about, what is Right to Rise about, what is Posh about, what is Harris about. It's not just a word, it's beyond that. So that's what will get you to hit your procrastination and get you going.
So basically structuring and then, structuring down till the end, to the smallest
chunking down, structuring
task.
down, getting a disciplined task. Yes, absolutely.
So all, we can do to procrastinate. And secondly, I believe that it comes from within. So once you love your work, you will structure it and you will break it into parts and make it easier for yourself.
If you love what you really want to do, you will make it happen. But if you're not very keen on it, then you may not work hard to do it. So ask yourself first, why are you procrastinating? Why are you pushing it away? Is it that is not the core thing that you want to do? Is it only business? You don't want to do the talk, you don't want to write, you don't want to do something else. Rationalize yourself and you will get your answer that, maybe this is not my calling. I'm just trying to push myself because I watched somebody else doing it. So, yeah.
So all the entrepreneurs listening to Raina at present, please apply the trick where she's mentioned that reach out to your clients, invest valuable time in the things which your clients are doing, and surely she's guaranteeing that you would see results. Right, Raina?
Absolutely. Yes. Thank God.
So, Raina, I talk about in my series Atmanirbhar with Priya Saini, where I perform different tasks which I believe can only be performed by men. What do you say about being Atmanirbhar? How important it is for any individual, not just for females, but for anyone?
I must appreciate you, Priya, for such a beautiful question of this Atmanirbhar that you're carrying on, and beautifully constructed questions that you have been taking us through.
Thank you so much.
So the beautiful question, Atmanirbhar Bharat. What actually is Atmanirbhar Bharat to most of the Indians? Being independent and being able to construct certain changes in not only yourself, but also in the society.
Right.
We had menstruation day yesterday. We had menstruation day yesterday. And in that, Right to Rise had done an event where we called different people from socioeconomic levels. We had a girl who was working at the societal level. We had an organization, an NGO, a corporate background, a gynecologist, fertility specialist. And let
Right.
me tell you, we had almost 60% men attending that seminar Facebook Live. Less of
Lovely.
women and more of men.
Lovely.
And in to know how they can keep and maintain hygiene for their wife, for their girlfriends,
Wow.
for the ladies in the house. And they all wanted to know. There were questions pouring, but they were asking that ladies are so unable to communicate even today that they have pain in
Mm.
them, that they're unable to get sanitization conditions, that they're not able to
Right.
maintain hygiene, not able to
Right.
reach out with the sanitary propositions, that the new things that are coming in. So even today, we see
Mm.
a lot of people in the corporate houses. Okay, there's a lot
Mhm.
of injustice when we look at ladies and men understanding each other. We look at equality as a very, very big issue.
Mm.
Okay, I want to just inform as of now that whether it's men, whether it's women, or whether it's transgender, they
Mm.
need to know at least the basic rights, because whether it's Maternity Benefit Act, whether it's Hindu Succession Act, whether it is some
Mhm.
Domestic Violence Act, POSH Act, which is Prevention of Sexual Harassment, Child Marriage
Mm.
Act, Equal
Mhm.
Remuneration Act, Equality
Right.
Benefit Act, Commission of
Right.
Sati, Medical Termination, Pregnancy Act, so many things,
Mhm.
and even immoral traffic laws and rules. Okay, these are a part, or they should become an essential part of code of conduct, anti-harassment policies, all the anti-dating policies. We have a HR policy kit. Like that, we should have something like rights of human, rights
Mhm.
of women. And I am actually developing on that to bring in this change in the HR systems, in the societies, because today women are not the only people who are looking at equality. Equality is not a women issue.
Right.
Equality is basically a gender issue both between men and women. And if
Right.
we are looking at bringing this change, it is about
Mhm.
how our boys look at the mothers, the grandmothers, the sisters,
Mhm.
how they are able to bring in the dignity and respect in them, how they should be dealing with them, talking with them, and
Absolutely.
making them feel comfortable even if they're stained. How many
Right.
women in today's society don't get stained on their first menstruation? A lot of them.
Mhm.
But should they start hiding themselves? There were discussions yesterday when, a man is coming and asking, even now my wife probably hides her undergarments when she's drying it during the menstruation days. She
Right.
finds it
Yeah.
very
It
uncomfortable to
happens.
come and
Yes.
speak. Yeah, the
Right.
taboos, the biases, the myths that we carry, that a lady is supposed to
Mhm.
keep things undercover when those 5 days, not come near the plants, not get in the kitchen.
Mhm.
And the man is very, very forward minded. But because
Right.
of our culture and traditions, we're unable
Right.
to break the myths. We're unable to fight the laws of the land which are there for us, the way our patriarchal norms are being carried out, the way our generations have brought down. We've not been able to see the man, the women, and the other genders in with the same equality.
Right.
Even today, I have boys at home. I think
Mhm.
there were the women on the panel along with me agreed that when we get these days, we talk out to our family and say, look, stay away. We might have some issues. We might have some gender hormonal issues. So uh, if we get angry on you, don't get worried. Okay, that sounds
Yes.
funny, but
Yeah. I do that.
it's okay. Yes, it is. It is
Yeah.
seriously. I mean, suddenly we start acting like screaming creatures for no reason. We
Right.
are we are getting angry on something,
We.
and
Yeah. We get upset.
that's not intentional. Yes, we get upset.
True.
Some people start
That's true.
crying. Some people are breaking down. They're
Right.
frustrated. They are just trying to get mad at yourself for not completing things,
Right.
being
Right.
too
Right.
forceful on yourself. But
Too
that's not
harsh. Yeah.
us.
Right.
Yes, that's not
Absolutely.
us at all. That's
Hmm.
basically we understanding that this body has been blessed by birth in such a way that these emotional flows should occur. So
Hmm.
today, with that question that you said, if you have to become Atma Nirbhar
Hmm.
was understanding कि अंदर की आत्मा जो है वो आपके ऊपर निर्भर है. आप खुद पहले
Wow.
अपने आप को समझो, आप खुद अपने
Right.
आप को पहले जानो. If you are not feeling good, you cannot force yourself to do work. If you are
Right.
not feeling okay, you need to listen to your body and say, now is the time to relax, everything else can wait.
Right. Right.
Now is the time to understand the rights. We need to know what needs to be done at workplace space, at a societal level, with the children, with the elders, with the society, with the generations, with the culture and the tradition. Culture
Right.
says do this, but am I to do this if my body doesn't accept?
Right.
नहीं. अगर आप व्रत नहीं रख सकते, जरूरी नहीं है कि ट्रेडिशन बोल रहा है व्रत रखना है, तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, नहीं रखना चाहिए. The Hindu Succession Act has very clearly said it has the right given to the women to take care of herself first. The mental health is important, the physical health is important, but that can only work when the other member of the families understand that it doesn't say we only follow culture blindly like a faith and not look at being resilient to yourself.
It is understanding your soul. Atmanirbhar means that, and that it is basically feeding your soul with the rights you have biologically by God's grace and otherwise, like being in this country. So we should understand those rights and adopt them and empower them and thus become,
Yes.
Atmanirbhar.
Beautiful.
So
Absolutely,
this is
Priya. Yes.
all right.
Very well encompassed, I must say. Very well encompassed. Thank you.
It's such a lovely thought, and I'm sure that with all these thoughts, when I collect from all my guests, so I just keep feeding myself, my soul with it, and I try and incorporate that in my life as well as in my work. So this is one thing which I am surely taking away from this interview.
More
can you reflect some more on this? Like, how can it reflect on gender equality? Because you work on gender equality, right? So I think this question is very apt if I ask you.
Right. Today in our planet, we have almost 60 to 80% of inequality that still exists in India. So India is really, really still far away to meeting equality. Though it's a measurable representation that we always keep saying that we have a lot of women leaders, women hitting glass ceilings. We are able to bring in equality at home and not at workplace. We are trying to meet in ends where we are quitting biases, allowing to settle down a lot of immeasurable imbalances and looking at each other in terms of body shaming and preventing any kind of non-fair play in terms of your leadership or pay scale, a lot of other areas. But I still see we have a long way to go in terms of other genders being respected. In equality means understanding into somebody else's shoes and lending a hand that, I am there, we are equal, because that mindset itself will bring in so much into the justice and the system that no longer will we have domestic violence, transgender inequality biases. We need to understand each other. So there is still a long way to go. For me, a lot of work to do in inequality because चाहे आप politics ले लो, चाहे आप economic independence ले लो, आप sustainability ले लो, safety and health of women or safety and health of a lot of genders, decision of part in decision making, whether it's personal or professional spaces, education. We have so many girls and boys who are still not educated in our society. So to achieve gender equality on a whole, we are still far away. And a lot of rules, a lot of policies are created by our government, just like we need to incorporate rights into our system. We also need to take care of the policies and let people know that there are a lot of women policies, a lot of Modi government policies, a lot of, again, Atmanirbhar policies, ecological systems, taking care of climatic changes, sustainability programs, a lot of benefits to men and women. So we can take care of all these areas, and then I think we'll see a better Atmanirbhar equal India. So gender equality is just not saying, okay, I'm equal, you're equal, you're educated, I'm educated. That's not equality. It all begins with us. Okay, even today, I think there are many women who, when they get married, their parents tell only one statement: as much as you have cared for us, start caring for the family, and do what they say. Why don't they say that together live a life and care for each other,
Right.
together
Partnership.
respect each other's opinions,
Right.
each other's decisions? That should be
Right.
what that should be told to your daughter when you're getting married, because she's as educated as the man whom you are donating her as a piece of carry over the life. But
Right.
I feel that highly empowered. We are not just one piece of furniture, as I call, that you just probably give it away when you're getting married. We are over and above that mode of understanding that, all that we do at home, all that we do at work, we do it equally. Whether it's taking care
Yes.
of children,
Yes.
whether it's
Yes.
taking care of personal, professional commitments, or even going ahead and taking care of workspace, reaching home, cooking, caretaking,
I think it's,
nurturing, everything.
yeah, I think it's a collaboration rather than a
Yes, a
competition, which,
collective growth.
society sometimes puts it like that. And the,
Yes,
the old beliefs and the myths and the system which
true.
we've carried on. So that's why, I came up with this series, specifically this thought that it's all about collaboration. If we expect, our partners to work with us in the kitchen, so we should also be able to help them to change the tire of the car, or maybe when we're going for a long drive, at least I'm able to drive half the way. So it is like basically, working on self. And then I believe collaboration is the way where we can, move forward as a country, as a family, or even as a society.
So it could be a collaboration or it could be a human fight, because I think always it is a one-sided fight for a female against the entire system. It's not like it's equality is only a right of one side, it's entire society. It's a lived
Right.
reality. Okay, we need to live it.
Right.
Unless we don't live it, it's a
Absolutely.
myth. It's only a
Absolutely.
myth that we are trying to build something in real, but it doesn't happen. So
Right.
for me, it is just living exactly what we speak, without having biases, without having perceptions to draw, or
Right.
overcoming forthcomings by any of your, societal biases that are coming in. So help
Right.
people flourish together. I think it will become a more equal world, a more better world.
Yeah, with people like you who are already working for the cause, I'm sure that you are bringing a difference and will be bringing more difference in the society, I'm sure.
I want
And
more and
thank
more
you.
men to listen to this, Priya. And this can be a better place only when we have both sides of the coin to stand
Right,
together and
together.
say, yes, we are in for
Right.
it.
So now, Rana, I have a rapid fire round with you. One word which defines you as a person.
Unique.
Unique, of course. Yes, lovely. Um, the most essential quality of a public speaker is
Relationship.
relationship. One can handle multitasking only by
Being a juggler. So yes, if you
yes,
are superfluous, that is, you're a superman or a superwoman, then you're multitaskable.
multitasking. So basically, the ones who do multitasking are super women or men. Okay? To create a strong network, we need
Work, you need people, and you need like-minded people.
the thing which makes us limitless would be.
Be unstoppable.
So now I have fill in the gap round, and here you can answer in one word or few words. Okay, so if you want to empower lives in others, you should
Be an influencer.
be an influencer. All right.
See, it's all about leadership. Leadership is all about
Absolutely.
influencing people. You have to
Right.
influence them in the right way where they feel that you're adding value.
Developing skills helps us in.
Becoming intriguing leaders.
Okay. we can bring out the best versions of ourselves by
start pushing yourself over the ceiling. अपने आप को खिड़की से धक्का दे दो. Be a better version. Every day morning, push yourself. If you're sleeping, you need to go for a jog, push yourself. If you need to do something new, push yourself. Unless you're not going to do that, you're never going to be better.
Oh, the biggest power of a woman is
her grit and her courage.
And the biggest power of a man is
sensitivity.
Sensitivity.
Thank you, Priya. That was such a beautiful line. I think I've really enjoyed it. It's such a beautiful moment. I shared amazing points that you pulled out from me, and I have really enjoyed being there on this show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raina, for being here and sharing all the very valuable insights and, in fact, practical ways to deal, like how to tell your mind and even your behavior, psychology, and everything together put in, and to all the audience. And I'm sure that they will surely benefit from it after listening to you. And it was a pleasure to have you here on my show. And thank you so much, Raina, for being here.
The pleasure was all mine. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
So this was Raina Khatri Tandon sharing her valuable insights as to how we can achieve our goals, how to avoid failure, and how to break down and structure your day and achieve your goals. She also touched upon that being Atmanirbhar is all about connecting to yourself and understanding about your rights, especially in the country and as a human being. And once you know your rights, once you know your skills, and once you have your skills, then you can empower yourself and become Atmanirbhar. With the valuable advices, I would take a leave. Before that, subscribe to my channel, like and share it with the ones who need it. Do comment below if you stopped procrastinating or started working on yourself or started to discover yourself after this video. And also let me know if you have any suggestions for my channel. Till then, take care, bye-bye. This is Priya Saini, your mind and style coach, signing off.